Hi, Justin.
All righty. Okay, first of all, good evening, everyone, and a pleasure to see you all. And many, many thanks for joining us. There is a very well-known pasuk that we say every time we return the Sefer Torah to the Aron Kodesh. A very familiar pasuk. It's a pasuk of Mishlei. Eitz Chaim hi lamachazikim ba v'somcheha mi'ushar. Eitz Chaim, he referring to the Torah. The Torah is an Eitz Chaim, a tree of life. Lamachazikim ba, to those who hold on to it, to grasp onto it. V'somcheha mi'usha, and those who support it are praised or praiseworthy. There is a fascinating Medrash Rabbah that says the first part of that pasuk, Eitz Chaim hi lamachazikim ba, refers to the tribe of Yisachar. That was the tribe that dedicated themselves to Torah study. And the second part of the pasuk, v'somcheha mi'usha, those who support Torah are praiseworthy, refers to the tribe of Zevulun. Zevulun was a tribe of merchants, businessmen, business people who supported the Torah study of Yisachar. But the fascinating thing about that medrash is that although obviously everybody, no matter what tribe, has an obligation to spend some time studying Torah, but let's face it, the lion's share of Zevulun's time was sailing on the ocean, making money, business. It was the tribe of Yisachar that spent the majority of their time studying Torah. Yet the tribe of Zevulun, although their study of Torah was very minimal, they were merited with the merits of the Torah study that was done by the tribe of Yisachar. And furthermore, when Moshe Rabbeinu in Chumash Devarim is shelling out blessings, brachos, to all the tribes, it's interesting to note that the tribe that he blesses first when it comes to Yisachar and Zvulun was Zvulun first and then Yisachar, which of course is not so simple because Yisachar was the older brother. And in order to keep peace in the family, you would imagine that Moshe would address and bless the older brother, the older tribe first, Yisachar, and then Zvulun. Yet a different Medrash Tanchuma, says that no, Moshe Rabbeinu particularly, specially, and purposely switched around the order and he blessed the tribe of Zevulun first because Zevulun facilitated the Torah study of Yisachar. The Yisachar's Torah study, as important as it was and is, of course, could not have happened, could not have been done without the support of Zevulun. That's why Moshe in his blessings blesses first the younger tribe, the tribe of Zevulun, because they facilitated and allowed for the Torah study of the tribe of Yisachar. So the purpose of this gathering tonight is, of course, to try to do what we can in our efforts to support the study of Torah. It's impossible to computate the amount of merits, the schusim, that are given from Hashem to those who go out of their way in the busy time and their schedules to do whatever they can to facilitate the ongoing wonderful Torah study that is happening in Mizrahi Torah Academy. It's a pleasure to be here and to be part of it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Rabbi Yachnes. Simcha, I think Rabbi Chait has to run very, very quickly, but he is going to be managing the teams. And so he's going to take a quick second to introduce himself and let everybody know what he's going to be doing. And then Simcha, you can take over with everything. Thank you. Rabbi Chait.
Thank you so much, Ms. Serge. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, great. Yeah, so Simcha, nice to meet you. It's a pleasure to be working together. After our conversation the other night, we have very promising, certainly I can echo the words that Rabbi Yachnes said. The Nativ Torah learning that's going on in Mizrahi Torah Academy is super exciting to be involved in this campaign. I view it as a fundraising campaign. Now can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear the joke? I repeat the joke just in case. It's a fundraising campaign as much as it is a friend-raising campaign. In my mind, is an opportunity to really spread the Kiddush Hashem that we have going on. So I'm looking forward to working together with each of the teams. You'll probably be hearing from me as we together grow and build. And Bez Hashem, I'm looking forward to this wonderful opportunity to spread the Torah and the Kiddush Hashem of MTA. Okay, Simcha, it's all yours.
Okay, good evening, everybody. So my name is Simcha Rosenblum. Just to give you a little bit of an introduction to myself. So I work for the Chesed Fund. I've been working with many crowd-raising platforms over the last about 3.5 years, helping many organizations, whether it be schools, shuls, yeshivas, seminaries, Hesed organizations, all different types of organizations, you know, from very small to very, very large. And helping them to figure out what their resources are for them to raise money and how best for them to be able to raise money. So with a campaign like this, really, you know, being that we're talking about not just a school, but it's a community institution. It's an institution that's building our children, an institution that has both professional staff as well as many parents, many volunteers, as well as alumni, people that care about the school and understand why there's a need for education, you know, for the next generation and why this school exists. That there's people that can be passionate about, you know, helping the school in that effort. So in a campaign like this, it takes a village. It's not just about one person going out there and raising money and, you know, asking a few big donors. It's about getting the whole school to come together and everybody taking a highest to really support that effort. So to that extent, what this campaign is going to be, it's going to be focused on a few different areas. Number one is, you know, we have some database, we have community people, we have people who are connected to the school that we're going to be reaching out to. And number two is we're going to be using this as an opportunity to build the school to people who may not know about it, which is where you come in, right? Your friends, your family, your connections, your colleagues, you know, anyone who you can think of who has, you know, a connection to you, who will give because they're friends with you. Like anyone can call through our database, but only you have your contacts. And, you know, the average person here, you know, I imagine is probably not raising, if you are, you know, kol hakavod, but the average person here is probably not going to ask their guest for anything, you know, throughout the course of a year, right? So the thought here is that essentially what we can do is that we're using, you know, our passion for the school to give that over to others, to educate them about the school, about why it's important and why it's necessary, and that they have a unique opportunity that their donation is going to be doubled over the course of this campaign. So the money goes further to impact and influence the school. So question number one is, who are we calling, right? Who are you guys going to be calling? So you will be calling your friends, your family, your contacts, your colleagues, work, you know, anyone who you can think of. We go through the phone. Now it's a little bit easier than that, right? Because you don't just be sitting there scrolling through the phone, call this person, that person, the other person, right? So what we do is I recommend, let's say you're making a party, right? You're making a bar mitzvah, you're making a kiddush, you had a baby, you just made a wedding, you're making a wedding. Who are those people that you're inviting? Who are you inviting to your simcha? Who are the people who are in your life that you want to know and share in your happiness and joy and things that are exciting for you? So those are the people that you're going to be reaching out to. I imagine all of us have a list of 50 people, 100 people, 300 people that we can be spreading it to. Even more, if we go on our WhatsApps, we see all of our WhatsApp contacts, right? Who are the people that we can just send a WhatsApp message to? Who are the people we can email? Who are the people that if they might see that we post a message on social media or on a WhatsApp status, that they will be, you know, excited to support you? And that's part of it, is they're really supporting you. You're not asking for a handout. You're not asking money so you can go on a vacation. You're not asking for money, for yourself. You're asking them to be a partner with you in something that you find to be important in our children's educations. So to that extent, one of the things we're also going to be doing is we want to give you the tools to do that. So the first thing I want to show you, I'm going to share my screen with you. So here is the campaign page. So on the campaign page, you see we have, this is going to be replaced with a video. We have a graphic now. The graphic will stay, but we'll add a video to the top of the page. So, the video can do the selling for you. The video will tell them everything they need to know about the school. So they have a little bit of information. We have some compelling stories. The theme of this campaign is Thanks for Giving. And the idea here is twofold. It's not just thanking them to give to us, but more importantly, it's that we're thanking MTA for all the giving it does, for the giving it does to the students, and for the giving that the students can do because of the skills that are given to them by MTA. So there's so many projects, so many things the students are involved in that brings in the broader community, that helps the broader community, that does chesed, and that the students are able to have the opportunity to give, and thereby now's the time for people to give back. So you can direct people to the campaign page, and you'll have actually your own team pages. So you can see here how much money you've raised. Now, mind you, the goals are all doubled. So if let's say you're trying to raise $3,600, so you put your goal as $7,200. So that way it's all reflected by the matching money that's coming into the campaign. If you have not yet created your team, you can come on this page, click the big red join the team button, put in your email, your name, your phone number, your whatever dedication or message you want to put, and how much money you're trying to raise. So in your team name, so if your name is Yaakov, so you'll see here on the bottom, you have your link, your team name and URL, mta.chesefund.com/fundraise teams Yaakov. So that way, when people have this link, you can copy and paste this personal link into any kind of message you want. You can also get it if your team's already been created and you don't know what your link is. Just see if you're on Team Lynn, you can click here, and it'll take you on the top. You'll see to the Team Lynn page. See, and then you can just copy it, and then you can paste this link. So that way, any donation that comes in through your personal link will automatically be applied to your goal. Obviously, if someone donates and they're meant to be on your page, but it doesn't show up, you can just let us know, and we're happy to add it to your page. So you can see the individual team goal here on this page, and then you can see the overall goal for the campaign. So that's essentially that. And if you have not already created your team page, so I suggest going on and doing that now. On top of that, what we have is here is the script. So the script is, obviously this script is meant more for cold calling. We're going to be having at least one day, maybe more, of having call centers. So, when you're calling, obviously when you're calling a friend and family, you're not going to, use this, because this is meant, more for someone you don't know, that you have to, explain to them why you're calling and all that. But this is still good, even just to give you an overview of how a call should be structured, even when calling your friends and family. So you're calling them, you're calling to their behalf of MTA. This is why MTA is important. This is what the campaign's about. Very, very brief information. I'm not going to read it to you now, because it's not meant to be read like a robot. It's meant to be internalized and said over in your own words. So we're giving you the structure, we're giving you the tools, but you should really take ownership and make it your own. So when you're making a phone call, it sounds more natural and more organic. And the idea of every phone call, really, we want every phone call to end with you getting credit cards over the phone. Either walking them to the donation page and having them do it, or getting a credit card over the phone. And why do I say that? Because people are busy, right? So someone might say, yeah, I'll give you a donation, right? So great, they're going to give us a donation. Are they going to do it today, tomorrow, next week? Maybe they forget about it and they really want to give you a donation, but then life got in the way, So when we get the credit card over the phone and we can put it in, or we can walk them through it, the donation over the phone, and we know the money is in, and we know we don't have to do double the work by trying to call them again. So that's the ideal way a phone call would go. If someone says, yeah, just send me the link, I'll do it. So try to get them to commit. Can I put you down as a pledge just in case you forget to do it, or it doesn't come through before the campaign ends? Can I put in how much you're giving so I can make sure it gets counted in the campaign as a pledge? Because by someone telling you how much money they're planning on donating, it allows you to kind of hold them to it. So when someone just says, yeah, just send me a link, they're not necessarily committing to any specific amount of money. But when you ask them, how much they're giving, when you get them to do it over the phone, when you ask them, for a pledge, it makes a commitment. And more importantly, that pressure of, them doing it on your behalf, right? So if they tell you, okay, send me a link. So maybe like 3 hours later, they'll give $18, right? But over the phone, they're going to have to, they're going to feel a little bit more inclined to give a little bit more because they're giving it to you directly. So they're going to want to be their best selves in the situation. So it's all psychology, but our goal is to try to maximize what we're able to raise during the campaign. So that's the call scripts. The last thing we have here, we have WhatsApp messages. So here, really this can be used on social media. It can be used sending it one-on-one messages. It can be used, making it your WhatsApp status. Basically, you'll take this, you'll make it your own. You'll put in your personal link as opposed to the general link. And this is 3 different messages. You can send out all 3 at different times. You can, just keep personalizing it and editing it and send it out, to whatever platforms you feel, email, social media, WhatsApp, status, whatever, Instagram, wherever you're comfortable, or in personal messages, text messages, you can take these 3 different messages, and there are 3 different reasons why people should donate. One is just, we're having the campaign, chance to double your opportunity. This is what the school does. Great. The second is the focus on giving, and that we're givers, you should be a giver. And the third one is the personal request, which is, I never ask this. Most people here don't make these types of requests, don't ask their friends for help on these types of fundraising campaigns. But this means too much to me that I can't just sit back and not do anything. So this is why it means something to me. My daughter is a student here, and I can't imagine her having the same education anywhere else. Or, my, father benefited from their community chesed program, and I was just so blown away by the mitos of all the children. I feel this is important. So whatever the reason is that you feel connected, that is what you would use to emphasize why people should be donating on your behalf to the campaign. So that's the long and short of it. Every person should go through their phone, make the short list. This is what I recommend, is rather than just trying to do it on the day of. I tell people, I think the best thing to do is to try to figure out what is your goal beforehand, right? Take a list, write down all the people you want to call, write down what you think you can get from them, right? $100, $1,000, $500, $18. What is it that you think you can get from that person, and ask them for that, during the phone call if you feel so comfortable. But that way you have an idea of really how much money you're trying to raise and who you're trying to raise it from, and you just have to call through your list and try to reach everybody who you think you can call. And you can might think of more people you can add throughout the campaign. But the more people, obviously, the better. Does anyone have any questions? No one?
What are the normal questions that you're asked?
People ask questions about marketing, about how to, I have this and this person, but I don't feel comfortable calling them. What should I do? Which the answer to that question would be, tell one of us. We can call them on your behalf. But it's good if people don't have questions, but also I want to make sure that if anyone's holding anything back, if anyone has any thoughts or any concerns or anything that I can help clarify or make like my job is to make your life easy, right? I'm here as support. I'm here as technical support. I'm here as coaching support. I'm here as strategy. Anything I can do to make this easy, to make this a science, that's what I'm here for. So we'll have hopefully a WhatsApp group where you can add everybody too, that you can ask questions throughout the campaign. I believe Judy has a question.
Yeah, are you pretty available if we want to meet you? Are there certain times when you're more available than others if we want to talk with you to get some help?
Absolutely. I would say the best thing to do is send me a WhatsApp. We'll make a WhatsApp group. I'll be in it. You can private message me, and either you can just ask me a question, and I'll get back to you relatively quickly, or if you need a few minutes to make a phone call, just let me know, and I'll put aside a few minutes so we can have a phone call.
All right, thank you.
What is your phone number?
516-205-1010.
Thank you.
Okay, so I didn't write your phone number down. I don't have anything handy right now, but can we get that from you at a later date from Mrs. Hirsch? Can we have that available to us, please?
Like I said, we should have a WhatsApp group, which the benefit of which, if anyone, like, let's say, has a question, you can put it in the WhatsApp group and somebody will quickly be able to help you. If you have
Simcha, why don't you put your phone number on the chat portion here?
Sure.
Okay, and I'd like to ask a question. Most of the funds, what did we have, $14,000-$15,000 in so far?
About 15.
And most of that came through Ike Bahar. And he showed me what he did. He sent out to a WhatsApp group, and I don't know what the group was, but the message reads, "Do me a solid. Please give a donation. It's for the kids." And then he put his link, the MTA, the chessedfund.com fundraiser teams Bahar. And all of these donations started pouring in. Question, is that normal?
It depends upon who he is. It depends upon what kind of influence he has, what group he posted in. I don't know who he is personally. I can tell you that I worked on a campaign not so long ago where one of the people in the campaign has a shear. She gives a shear every day, like a 10-minute shear every day on WhatsApp, where she just posts it to a group of about 250 women. And when she posted in her group asking for a donation for this kollel, for her husband's kollel, she raised probably $15,000 to $20,000. I don't know, maybe 5 hours after posting this message. So it depends on who the person is, what their community is like, what the influence is. I can tell you, that every person here is capable of raising, easily $5,000 to $10,000. It's just a matter of putting yourself out there to do it. Most people, the hardest part for most people is actively picking up the phone and asking the question. I'm not going to lie, it's not the most comfortable thing if it's not something that you've ever done before, People are afraid of being rejected. But the reality, and what you have to remember, is that these are your friends and family. Even if they say no, they're going to do it in a nice way, because it's not a good time, because they try to give their money to certain specific causes, and this isn't one of them, whatever reason they have. But most people, because it's your friends and family, if they don't give, they're going to be very nice about it. And if they do give, you're going to be so grateful, and they're going to feel good about it, and you're going to feel good about it. And you just say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And maybe one day they're going to turn around and ask you for money for one of their campaigns that they feel strongly about. But that's great. We all try to help each other.
One thing just to mention very quickly, Simcha, I think you mentioned it before about the video. We have a video that's going to be compiled and put together hopefully no later than Sunday, which is when the campaign is supposed to begin. And just for everybody's knowledge and awareness, the video is going to have incredible testimonials from parents, from the teachers talking about MTA, but not just the parents and the teachers, but also by certain community leaders. Just today, we had an incredible Hashkacha Pratis story happen, not for this conversation here, but just to tell you the bottom line of it. The president of Young Israel of Deerfield Beach walked into the school and for a different reason altogether. And at the same time, he started talking about how the MTA Boys Choir came to their shul last year and sang in front of hundreds of seniors, and that's not an exaggeration. He actually said 500 people on his testimonial video, and I didn't realize it was that many, but I knew it was several hundred. And he talked about the electricity that the MTA boys brought to those seniors. We're going to have another woman talk from the intergenerational program, how it has impacted and changed her life. And so you're going to have this video that you can forward to others. So you can say, I know the people who run this school, my children are in this school, I know the teachers in the school, etc. And if you want to know a little bit more about it, hands on the ground, take a look at this video, because you're going to hear the testimonials, not just from the parents, not just from the teachers, but from community leaders. That's really exciting. So just so everybody knows, that will help you do some of the marketing as well.
Great. Anyone have any other questions?
We going to receive scripts soon?
Yes. So we have. I submitted them earlier today, and they just need to be edited by the staff here, and we'll send them out to everybody as soon as possible.
Our time frame is this is going on until the 22nd.
I believe the 29th.
The 20, because that page that you showed, it said the 22nd.
So we're going to have a call center on the 22nd, but I think we're going to keep going through Thanksgiving, at least until we hit our goal for sure.
That was an excellent question. Should we be changing the date on the website?
This is just a placeholder for now anyway, until we get the video up. So I don't think it makes a difference.
Okay.
So the date is insignificant. It's just until we hit the main goal. That's the plan.
Ideally, but even then we could have a bonus round if we hit it early and we see that we can get a lot more potential. Then obviously we'll keep going. Sorry, Samantha.
I think we are going to solidify the dates right now. What actually happened was we really weren't expecting this to go live at all. We were still setting up the site and still working on the video and expecting everything to go live on Sunday. But somehow, I guess through a very eager father, he sent out his link to people, and all of a sudden they started donating, and now there's $15,000. But that wasn't really, I mean, like, Baruch Hashem.
This is a great problem to have.
But that wasn't exactly how it was supposed to happen. So now we feel like we're behind the 8 ball because we didn't finish the video yet, and we're scrambling. But it's gonna all get done, and those little things, like the dates, will be tweaked so that everything is correct when we absolutely go live. So just so you know, like, you're signing up, you signed up as teams, it was amazing, but maybe if you'll just wait before you do your social media blasts and all of your things until Sunday, so that we can tell you that, like, everything's up and ready to go and accurate. That would be great. And like Simcha said, what we'll do is we'll put together a WhatsApp group that has everybody in it, so that we can just send out a WhatsApp that says, okay, we're live, you know, go for it. And then you can, of course, private message or ask any questions that you have. Just, like, totally honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why Simcha's here. So I would say you can reach out to Simcha with any technological questions, because we really don't know what we're doing, but we're trying. And thank you.
So one thing I would say also is I certainly wouldn't want to discourage anybody from raising money early, because, you know, like Chaim said, it's good problems to have. But what I would recommend is using the opportunity for what we call a soft launch. Meaning, if you have a page ready and you want to start going and you want to start getting some money on your page, so what you could do is you could go to your closest friends and family, the lowest hanging fruit, and say, hey, I really want to build some momentum on my page, so when I go and ask other people for money, they see that there's already money on there. Can you help me before the campaign goes live, and can you make a donation now? So there's definitely a benefit to that. From a momentum standpoint, people like to see that there's a lot of donations coming in, that it really, as people go on a page and they see it's being successful, they're more likely to donate. And on top of that, it just frees up your time, because if you can make some of those phone calls now to get the lowest hanging fruit, then you'll have more time as the campaign progresses to keep going deeper and deeper through your contacts.
Okay. Thank you, Simcha.
Great. Any other questions?
Well, Simcha, one other question for you. On this WhatsApp group, I guess we could all share tips and tricks, so to speak, maybe
100%.
certain wording that works, language to use in WhatsApp messages, kind of like my father-in-law pointed out from Ike, something very
Exactly.
simple and very
Perfect
short
example.
could be very effective.
Exactly. Perfect example.
Okay. We'll obviously post the video there, so it'll be very easy for everybody to forward, that sort of thing.
Exactly. And if people want to talk about how the campaign, like what they're excited, share messages of chizuk for everybody else. Record a short video for yourself of, I can't believe how well it's going. These people gave me money. I was so impressed. Like, whatever you can do to help yourselves stay motivated, it really I encourage.
I think we're good.
Great. So is that a wrap?
Thank you.
Great.
Thank
very
you
much,
all.
everyone.
We will start the WhatsApp group probably tomorrow. So you can expect that at some point. And thank you all for coming this evening and for helping us in this exciting endeavor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.